Jared Goff, which is he? Is he more the first 4 games, or was he more the Patriots game?
First 4 games.
I would say first 4 weeks of this year.
I think he's right in the middle.
You're never.
See, my glass isn't neither half full or empty. It's always refillable.
He is mid. He is Melba toast. He is cream of wheat.
Jared Goff. And I know we were running hot about Dan Campbell. Some people came at me about Brad Holmes. And I didn't understand why with the Brad Holmes thing. We've seen him have success, but whatever. I digress. That was yesterday. We didn't get this opportunity. And I know Spencer's probably chomping at the bit for this. But D-Mac, I ask you the question. Jared Goff, which is he? Is he more the first 4 games, or was he more the Patriots game? You got to pick a side.
I'm going to go. See, my glass isn't neither half full or empty. It's always refillable. And I'm going to go that was more Bill Belichick owning a rookie offensive coordinator. The Belichick effect on having his success against Goff as a quarterback.
That's the data we have,
the
right?
data that we have. I'm going to say that it's more that had the effect. So today, if you ask me to answer the question on this Tuesday before bye week, I say Jared Goff's more to the first 4 games. But if I see it as we continue with after the bye week, where this is more of a consistency, right, where he wasn't helped out. He didn't help himself either, but I just think that he was. You can't say he was going to just smoke through the season scot-free, right? This was going to happen, and against Belichick, I can look at the data and see why. So today I'm going to answer this question with he's more like the first 4 games. The consistency of the first 4 games going through those coaches. And I think it's more of a combination of Jared Goff and Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell being Belichick.
And that's fair.
Because I'm not going to say you got Patricia.
You're never saying that.
Oh, gosh. I'm still mad somebody didn't go over there and punch him.
See, and here's where I get caught up too, in perusing over social media, looking at some of the chats, and listening to the talk around town. Uncle Mikey says Goff is garbage under pressure. Who isn't? Like, for real. In this, pull up the analytics. Look at every quarterback under pressure. That's why pressure's so important. That's why edge rushers are always 3 of the first 5 picks in the draft. That's why it's imperative that you get good edge rushers. Because pressure is the name of the game. Pressure, QB pressures and QB sacks are the new turnovers. They impact football games.
Because of the way that the rules are called, and now how many times do you see more that they're cracking down on guys running through the middle, and you can't give them I know that the past 5-yard hands rule, but now you're seeing a lot of the misdirection, bumping in the middle of the field on the defense. So the thing why you need pressure is because it holds up your back end a little bit longer. If you only have to defend a guy for a second and a half as opposed to 4 seconds, right? We see the way the rules are. So, you nailed it, Neal. You nailed it. And even you saw it last night. Some of the best in the league when Patrick Mahomes, who is as escapable as anybody, when the offensive line broke down and you got Crosby in the backfield in a second, he can't even escape that. And I think that, when you read about things have to go right for Jared Goff, he's got to be protected. He's got to have an efficient pocket because he's not going to really escape and make plays like we see some of the top quarterbacks do.
Right. And look, Mahomes is a magician, and we've seen him time, and that's what makes him so much fun to watch, is the way he can turn chicken-ish into chicken salad. And he's gifted in that respect. And there's only a couple of dudes in the league that can still do that. As we wrapped up the WoodwardSports.com chat poll, for real, do you have a second team? 61% of you said no. I like to see the honesty in the poll because I thought for sure that was going to be flipped. And Spencer just put up the new one, WoodwardSports.com chat poll. Who's the real Jared Goff? The one we saw against the Pats or the one we saw in the first 4 weeks? First 4 weeks was 76% of the vote. And I just want to have a level-headed, real discussion about it. Sam Flannel, your take, which one?
I would say first 4 weeks of this year with one qualifier, if Ben Johnson is his offensive coordinator, because it wasn't just the first 4 weeks of this year. It was the last 4 weeks of last season. In those 8 games combined, Jared Goff threw 20 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. And I still believe that Ben Johnson is the offensive coordinator that will continue to unlock Jared Goff's potential. This one game did give me some cause for pause because we've also seen Jared Goff look bad with Anthony Lynn as his offensive coordinator, and even at times with Los Angeles with Sean McVay. But the reason that it is the first 4 weeks is it is not a 4-game sample size. It is an 8-game sample size. And if we're just talking about the first 4 games of this year, he had 11 touchdown passes, which at the time was leading the NFL, or tied for the NFL lead. So for me, it is the first 4 weeks of this year is the more of the real Jared Goff, but that doesn't mean that the last game didn't give me some cause for pause.
Spencer?
I think he's right in the middle. I don't.
You gotta pick one.
He said you have to choose.
I can't.
You have to choose. I had to choose right now, today, which way.
I'd have to say the first 4 weeks. I would, because I don't think he's as bad as what he showed us versus the Patriots. Bill Belichick has his number. That is what happens, when you have a guy that does that to you every time you play him. But I also don't think he's as good as he showed us in the first 4 weeks.
No, I think we can all agree. But I think to Sam's point is we have a bigger sample size that we really can go to with the stats. So if it's more of an 8 game, but like I said, I think there's a lot to do with, this was Ben Johnson's welcome to the league part. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bill Belichick. And I think here's the thing. Right? Bill Belichick knew that and made it apparent for whatever reason that they buckled down. When he's got to buckle down on a game plan where he knows he can step on a team's throat, he does it a lot of time. And that's not a very talented team either.
Oh, man, here we go. Spencer, just like that in the crosshairs of the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jack Harrington, pick one, Spencer.
Yeah.
Dominator. Spencer, the infamous Goff hater, can't pick.
I'm not a Goff hater. I'm a Goff truther.
Mike
I know
G
what he
says,
is.
Spencer, no Melba Toast take.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right on.
But that's what Goff is. He is Melba Toast. He's mid. He's not great. He is not terrible. He's all right. He will get the job done if everything around him is perfect. If not, he's not going to go out there and take a game for you. He's not going to go out there and win a game for you. He is mid. He is Melba Toast. He is cream of wheat. Like, he goes out there, he does his job, but he needs every single other person on the team, both defensively and offensively, to do their jobs as well to have success.
It's funny because it lines up, right? And I think he's a little better than cream of wheat or Melba Toast.
Yeah, I think, he's like
he's
cocoa
rye
wheats.
toast.
Yeah, rye toast, cocoa wheats.
With butter. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe a spoonful of vanilla.
Okay, but that's fair. But see, for me, and you guys have heard me, and I've come around to this too, and I keep seeing this too on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Placeholder to get somebody else. Guys, he's paid mid. You know what I'm saying? Like, he delivers for what he cost. You break even with Jared Goff in the grand scheme of things. I honestly believe that.
And I honestly, Easy brought this up. He was like, he's not the guy that wins you the big one. And I'm not worried about winning the big one. We're not close to winning the big one. I want to win a game. I want to do that at least. So I'm fine with Goff where he is now, what he's doing now. And I'm honestly fine with him for next year because this team is not ready. We need to sign 2 defensive starters. We need to draft 2 defensive players and hope, draft a quarterback in the 4th round.
Is it more apparent to me, like Goff and Jimmy G?
Yes.
Do you put them in the same category where it's almost like you're waiting to see if they're serving, Jimmy G, and I put him a little bit ahead because, I don't know if I put him a little bit ahead. I consider them both the same.
They're
They
pretty
need the team
similar
around them. But again, it comes to coaching because what do the 49ers do? They seem to put him in a better position, and plus they have that defense. So it's that team around him. But, Goff isn't that dynamic guy that's going to go out and solely win the game. He's a guy that's serviceable for a team he's proven it, right? When you're healthy, you got your Swifts and your Amon-Ra St. Browns and you're clicking. We've seen it click. Yeah. So hopefully they can figure this out. No better time for a bye week.
Yeah, I know. Next year, your little 2 defensive starter plan, though, Spence. I don't see it in the cards, man, as far as cap space goes and all that kind of stuff.
What do we have cap-wise next year?
about 17-ish million. Now, but you can help that. TJ Hawkins, you got to make a decision on TJ
Cut
Hawkinson.
him. Trade. They should trade him this year. Trade him to the Bucks.
I'm just saying, you got to make that. You got to make that determiner, man.
Trade TJ Hawkins to the Bucks. Sign Bradley Chubb in the offseason.
You could save a couple bucks cutting Romeo Quara too.
Is he alive? Like, I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard a single thing. Like, he's looking better.
These are the questions you got to ask, man.
Yeah.
Because look, it's over. This year's over. So let's start firing those engines. Now I'm going to try to save that till we get through that. Let me let you in behind the curtain a little bit here.
In 4 weeks when we're 1-7, everybody's going to be saying that.
Hey now, yeah. That's what you're going to have to do.